Bam.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Uncommon Man podcast. I'm your host, David. This is my boy, Mike. Say what's up, you
Hello.
goofy ass dude.
That's what we're here to do.
Real quick, everybody, before we get started, quick call out. Please follow us on our social media platforms, Twitter at Uncommon Man Pod, and on our YouTube account as well. Like, share, and subscribe. What's going on, Mike, man? How's everything been going your way?
Dude, it's fantastic, my friend. So this weekend we are going to be finishing up another video that we have going on for one of our side YouTube quests that we have. Obviously, we've addressed it a few times. Poor boy mechanics. And then the other thing is Sunday, dude. I'm taking the boat out first thing in the morning and then go out wakeboarding and then end my day by killing myself on the ice because we got hockey.
Oh, yeah. So you got your first hockey practice in months, right?
Months, dude. Thankfully, finally this forced sanitation's over. Dude, how many kids do you think are going to be pumped out in the next 9 months?
Dude, man, the amount of sperm that's been laid over these past couple months, boy, the tracks that's been laid.
Dude, dude, the amount of people that are going to be pissed off over the fucking tax returns from January and February babies, I can't wait.
Yeah, man, because just think about it, because a lot of people have been strictly shacking up with girlfriend or whoever else. And, brother, they ain't going to go too well, boy. It's going to be a lot of people in that courtroom
Dude, I'm
in
really
the next couple months. Divorces.
I'm disappointed too. I thought there was gonna be like an influx of like porn that came across with people like trying to bang while wearing face masks.
A couple casting couches going on here. Quarantine edition. Yeah, man. Dude, but I think about it like this, bro. That courtroom, that divorce courtroom, and that child support courtroom gonna be full in a couple months.
This is like the ultimate time to get speeding tickets, just for the simple fact that they're like, yeah, can you guys just mail these in? We don't have the time for it.
Yeah. So, quick side note, I work with a couple state troopers, and they flat out told me that if you hauling ass late at night, nothing's going on.
What?
So I was like,
really?
I said, okay. I was like, you told the wrong motherfucker. Because if my happy ass decide I'm gonna get on that freeway and I'm gonna haul ass, then Arkansas Autobahn, baby, open up.
Nice, dude.
Hell yeah.
And you got two different options to fucking open up too. So
yes, I do. I can hit that 40 going north and really get down.
Yeah, well, let's not throw any of our brethren under the bus, but yeah, we've got there's multiple options there for people wanting to enjoy themselves
for sure.
if they like using that right pedal.
Yes, sir, for sure. So UFC, don't know the number this weekend.
250.
UFC 250 going on this weekend. When we saw this, hard pass. Okay, not that interesting of a card.
For this one.
No, it is. Now, is it a legit UFC or is it a UFC fight night?
No, it's UFC. It's 250. It's numbered, so it's a fight card.
Oh, it's a fight card. Okay, yeah, not wasting my money on this one.
No,
I saw the card lineup and less than impressed. So we're going to start off. Yeah, for sure.
Let's rock over to it, baby.
Yes, sir.
Bam. Okay. All right, sir. So So we'll start with the good thing about this. As I've gotten older, the one thing I've always been really good at doing is it's one thing to watch an entire sports team and bet. It's another thing to watch people in a ring and bet. It definitely makes the betting process a lot more simplistic. So if you bet on UFC,
this is where I lack, because I'm really not a betting person. I've never really been a gambler, so a lot of this stuff is new as far as betting on, I mean, just betting on anything, really?
So we're going to get you in the biz here because this is the only thing I gamble on, ladies and gentlemen. I don't do casinos. I don't do any of that other stuff. I don't gamble on any sports games. I don't gamble on baseball teams. I don't gamble on football teams. You know, you get the system. I do bet on fights because it's one person versus the other person. And if you take $1,000 into a fight that has 10 people, and you land on even 50% of them, you still made quite a bit of money, depending on how you parlay. And it's relatively easy to bet. Obviously, both of us are pretty enthusiastic about fighting, so we understand styles pretty well. But I think that stems from the fact that if you would agree that we also enjoy the process of just the physical activity and understanding, because both of us have done jiu-jitsu, we have an understanding of exactly what it invigorates inside of us and what we enjoy about the person that's across from us that we're actually competing with.
For sure. Yeah, Mike touched on, me and him both have done jiu-jitsu. So when we watch this fight, it's a little bit of I don't know, like you kind of find yourself like inserting like yourself in the actual fight, because you from the view you can see, okay, could have got out of this, could have got out of that, I could have done this, could have done that. Not saying, we're UFC fighters or anything like that, but I don't know, it just makes it that much better knowing what we know from mixed martial arts ourselves and versus us watching it.
Yeah, it's cliche at this point, but it's just a matter of educating yourself. I mean, there's no reason to not know everything. Knowing, being a jack of all trades, master of nothing is better than being a master of one thing and not knowing jack dick about anything else. Like I'll take that to my grave. So, like I said, the fact that obviously both of us have dipped our toe in the proverbial mixed martial arts world as well, it gives us a little bit of enthusiasm for watching this, and exactly why we started this, or stem this off by saying that we're not interested in the fight card because it stinks. But we'll go ahead and address that now. So as you can see here on the screen, we have the pre-prelims, which is Herbert Burns versus Evan Dunham. Herbert Burns is 220 under versus 180 over versus Evan Dunham. Don't know anything about these guys. I'm going to do a little bit more research. Alonzo Menafield versus Devin Clark, 220 under versus 180 over. So that's light heavyweights. That could go any way. Alex Perez is 135 versus, it looks like UCA Formiga, 135 under versus 115 or 115 over flyweights. That's one of those who gives a shit. Flyweights are boring as hell anyways, unless you just like watching jiu-jitsu. Otherwise, flyweights it's a whack weight class.
Those dudes are super scrappy, but nobody's knocking the other person out.
Yeah, it starts out with them fighting a little bit, and then instantaneously it turns into a jiu-jitsu match, and it's just boring. Like for UFC fights, if you're all about technicality, those are good fights. But those are one of those where it's like, well, I'll take a flyer on UCA Formiga if I was to look at his statistics and say he's got a chance of winning this one. So this is where the prelims kick in. Charles Burt is a 180 over or 180 under versus Makai Pitolo 155 over. I'm gonna say Maki Pitolo. He ends up winning this fight. I'm gonna end up throwing money against that. Well, hey, I shouldn't be saying that out loud. So if I was a betting man, I would throw money towards Maki Pitolo for this fight. So what about Charles Burt? He's got a good run. He's in great shape. He's a good fighter, but I have the vibe that the kid from down in the Southwest, like legit Southwest, is gonna win that fight. And it's middleweight as well too, so there's still knockout power there. Then we go to Cody Stamann. He's a 280 under versus Brian Keller, 230 over for the bantamweights. Not going against that. I'm not going to bet against that one. Gerald, I can't pronounce that guy's last name. Mearshart versus Ian Heinsick, middleweights. They don't even have that one listed for an over and under, so I'm gonna guess that one just recently got thrown on there. Chase Hooper, 170 under versus Alex Caceres. Dude, Alex Caceres has been doing this a while. That's one of those where I would contemplate taking a flyer against just to make a little money. But yeah, so that's the end of prelims. You got any insight on any of this?
Not on those. I mean, like I said before, honestly, I don't know hardly any of these people on any of the undercards. I mean, when you get to the main cards, that's pretty much what I know.
Well, let's roll right into that then, bro. So Sean O'Malley. Anybody that knows Sean O'Malley has been watching him as he's come up in the UFC. The guy's undefeated. He's an absolute mongrel.
And undefeated for a reason.
Yeah, because he's a fucking beast. But the other thing that I love about him is the fact he's not a trash talker. He just shows up and does his job. And there's a reason why on this fight card he's the only one that's almost an under 500. So no way. If you wanted to make a little bit of money, I would bet in his favor versus Eddie Wineland for bantamweight. It's gonna be a boring ass fight. I'm just gonna tell you right now, it's bantamweight, so those guys are super small.
Yeah.
But
I mean, so pretty much in this fight, it's going to be a total domination by Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, because he's the only one at that weight class right now, I think, that really actually has for a while, he's probably the only one that has knockout power, which is saying something for, a guy who generally walks around at like 140 pounds. So you got that going for you. Eddie Wineland, he's been in the UFC forever. He's been in mixed martial arts forever, and he's been a fighter forever. But I just don't see that going anywhere. Neil Magny versus Anthony Rocco. This would be a good fight to take a flyer on.
Anthony now, Neil Magny, he was, I really like Neil Magny, especially when he came out of the Ultimate Fighter. Of course, his career just hasn't went the way anybody had really expected. I mean, I think Neil Magny is a good fighter, but his record and some of his past losses really doesn't do him justice. I think in this one, I think Neil Magny takes this one.
Cool. I like it. So we got Aljamain Sterling versus Corey Sandhagen. This is another one. I'm not too familiar with either one of these guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Both of them are beasts. I mean, Corey Sandhagen. I mean, dude is good too. And Aljamain Sterling, he's a motherfucker as well. If I had to take it, I mean, both of them are really, really good. I think this one right here is going to be a really close fight. I'm just going to say I'm going to go with Aljamain Sterling edging this one out. I don't think he'll knock out Corey Sandhagen. I think it's going to be one of those ones that goes to decision.
I won't argue that one. I agree as well. So if I was gambling, I would take guess, and that's where I'd head is my bet. The next one, this is one of the guys that in the UFC I have the ultimate all-time lack of respect for, and I don't understand how he's the under, and that's Cody Garbrandt. I mean, he's been through Ultimate Fighter, and there's just nothing about this guy that's ever been impressive, dude. He's never put up good wins to me. I don't enjoy it. He's the under, or he's the under versus Rafael Assunção. Assunção has been fighting forever, dude. And I don't know. I just truthfully, I believe that Assunção is probably going to come in really hungry to this fight and end up winning it. So, like I said, I just think Garbrandt's I just don't have any respect for the guy. I just don't like the guy.
Well, Cody Garbrandt problem is he does a lot of that, and he doesn't always back it up. That's kind of like with the Conor McGregor problem. Conor McGregor started losing a lot of hype and a lot of steam in the UFC because with all that trash talk, you have to back it up. And Cody Garbrandt will do a lot of yapping, and he has not been backing it up. Take like somebody like Floyd Mayweather. He talks a lot of shit, but if you look at his record, the motherfucker's undefeated.
Right.
So if you're going to talk all that trash, you better be able to back it up. And he has not done so, especially here lately. And I mean, that boy's been getting his ass whooped. So, but even with that being said, I think he ekes out this one. I mean,
Garbrandt?
yeah, I think
Okay.
he ekes out this one. I mean, not saying that he's better than the guy and anything. I think he just ekes out this one. I mean, you take so many losses, he's due for one win.
Well, he doesn't really have a lot of losses, but the wins that he has are not impressive. And
Absolutely.
I mean, shy of the Ultimate Fighter, the guy just like there's nothing I've seen in the ring so far that has confirmed he is. I mean, to me, he would be better at like one fighting. You know, I just don't think he's a UFC fighter.
You talk about like one fighting Bellator. I mean, hell, even in Bellator, he still may get his ass starched.
Yeah, he would. In theory, he would make more money overseas at ONE FC, but like, yeah, exactly. I think ONE FC and Bellator, there's plenty of people who are too hungry and would absolutely wipe him out. But here's the one thing: we can't really shred UFC because they don't just bring the best fighters; they bring the best of the best fighters, put them in here, put them in the cage, and watch them just fucking eat. So.
For sure.
There's a reason why they make as much money as they do. So I'm not going to sit here and act like some sort of professional or analyst. I'm not. But so that brings us up to the final on the fight card. This is a tough one, dude. Because like
this is a really fucking tough one.
Dude, you could make so much money if you took the over on this.
Golly.
Dude,
oh man, this one I'm gonna go to sleep on. Because honestly, bro, I've watched Felicia Spencer, and no way. I mean, even the people that she's beaten, she beat Megan Anderson, and dude, garbage. I mean, that was such a garbage fight. When she would have against Cyborg beat that ass. I mean, that was just like, bitch, get back. Like, I mean, it's levels to this shit, and you ain't in my level.
This looks like this was completely a filler spot.
Absolutely. Like at this point, who does Amanda Nunes have to fight? I mean, she's the greatest woman mixed martial artist of all time. Dude, they're even trying to get that boxing girl who's the top boxer in the world. Clarissa Shields, I believe that's her name. It's gotten to the point to where you're going outside the sport, finding a boxer to fight Amanda Nunes. I mean, that's how far it's gotten. So this right here is just, hey, throw a fight just to kind of keep her fresh.
Oh my God, she's horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, like even like, dude, this is what it's gotten to. She's literally beat everybody, so you have to go get a woman boxer to go up against this shit.
It's the eye of the tiger.
Shit. It's gonna be a lot of this shit, man. But will that happen? Who knows? I know it's been talked about. It's been one of those kind of cross promotions. They don't know if they're gonna do it mixed martial arts or they just gonna do straight up boxing. Don't know.
Dude, you know for a fact that that's the only thing besides boxing. It was the same thing with the Mayweather-McGregor thing. It was like all this hype, and you're like, wow, hey, this would be impressive. I mean, let's give kudos to McGregor for the fact he lasted 11 rounds versus arguably the most not even arguably, the most technical boxer of all time.
For sure.
But it's fucking boring, dude. Nobody gives a shit. Well, I mean, people do, but we don't, because I got ADHD to the max, bro. I can't sit there. I can't fucking watch 12 rounds of boxing. One, I don't care. And two, it's the fact that it's literally just two people standing there seeing how many punches they're going to take. And there's nothing else to it. There's a reason why mixed martial arts has excelled to the level that it has, and that's because of the fact that it's mixed. There's more than one thing going on. It's like, oh, hey, check it out. Like, can't just punch this guy in the teeth.
Some of the newer boxers, they actually get in there and fight. The problem with boxing is you have some of the boxers, some of the veterans that have learned the point system so well, they can sit there and calculate, okay, I'm up on this
Ooh.
person this much. I'm up on the person this much. Floyd, so you can't tell me Floyd Mayweather does not know the point system, and he's calculating the point system in his head. So he's going to do enough to where he know that he's going to get by just point system you and
Right.
the whole entire fight. I mean, slipping, getting out, avoiding punches, throw a couple boom, boom, boom. All right, I got these points on the guy. But now you got some of these young dudes like Earl Spence Jr. I mean, those dudes will give you your money's worth.
Well, that's what made Muhammad Ali so compelling is the fact that he would not only talk the talk, but he would walk the walk too.
Mm-hmm.
So, there were certain people throughout the day that were just absolutely insane. Evander Holyfield, obviously Mike Tyson, our boy. Uh, which, by the way, I think we should at least give him a shout out for just how mortifying that guy looks right now.
Even now at 50.
Dude, have you seen his training videos?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my
Have you seen him?
God.
Have you seen him give Francis Ngannou boxing tips?
No. Oh shit. Did he
He
want
looked
to?
like he'll cold clock Francis Ngannou. I mean, hey, Tyson is a
Oh,
motherfucker, man. Like some
yikes, dude.
things is is some people out there who still kind of got it. I'm not saying that Tyson's gonna come back and just start beating motherfuckers up, but hey,
Dude,
you don't want to fuck with him.
his speed and his power on those hits when he was sitting there hitting the speed
Yeah,
bag, bro. Oh my God. When he was knocking mitts, dude, holy Christ.
for sure.
He's just one of those mortifying human beings. It's understandable why he has hit the pinnacle of where he has, and then people still respect it. I mean, obviously the guy's he's at his quirks, but like when you sit there and look at the entire videoscape of what he's accomplished, there's no way to overlook that. So
Yeah.
he's horrifying, dude. But he's awesome at the same time because he's always interacted with the fans well. He just
Yeah, he is. He is.
it just seems like he grew up kind of deal.
Yeah. Well, retirement has done that guy well. I mean, that guy really has took to this, and I mean, he's probably made more money outside of him being retired than him actually boxing. So kudos to that guy living the ultimate dream. But yeah, if y'all
Agreed.
want to make some quick bucks on this weekend's UFC fight, a lot of these are kind of guaranteed bets on that one. Nothing's 100% sure, but I mean, shit.
No, but this fight card, there's no reason to not make some money off of it, ladies and gentlemen. So, and I'm gonna tell you right now, we gave you kind of a brush over of what you can do to succeed. It's up to you guys to just do basic research, make your own bets if you're not doing it. And there's plenty of websites online. All you got to use that old Jugalizer, and you guys should be able to get squared away with what sites to use. We're not promoting any of them because I've got my few that I use. I'm getting David on them, but at the same time.
All right, so we're gonna shift gears a little bit. I think me and Michael, we've discussed this off camera. Kind of the state of professional sports right now, because you hear a lot of these different organizations coming out saying that they're going to open up. Soon games and stuff will resume. So, what's your thoughts about it, Mike?
Dude, I don't think there's anything that excites me more, buddy. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I'm pretty excited. Just for shit to get back to normal, man. I mean, this time of the year is really boring for diehard football fans because this is the time of year nothing goes on. I mean, we would have been in the OTAs, rookie mini camp, different things like that, but of course that shit is not going on. So you would at least had the NBA finals to kind of hold you over a little bit until you kind of got in more of the swing of the things. But even that shit's been pushed back. So the NBA announced that they've pretty much came to terms on how they're going to basically reopen. So the top 8 teams from the East and the West will pretty much play for the playoffs. then 6 teams within 6 games will make the playoff spots. So then the regular season will wrap up with 8 games, and then they will go into pretty much a playoff bracket at that point. How it's going to go from there, who knows? But this is pretty interesting. I'm not mad at this at all. I'm not mad at the format of the top 8 teams from both East and West, then the 6 teams, 6 games out of the playoff. What do you think?
Me neither, dude. I love that playoff schedule.
I don't know, man. It just makes for, you're going to get a lot at once, pretty much. You're going to get a lot of games very quick, very fast, very condensed. So people who are real NBA nuts, you're about to get your fix right now. Because they're going to throw a lot at you. They say a lot of these cats look just rocked up, ready to go. Y'all may test these boys for juice. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, this show absolutely showcases the diversity. But let's not pretend I have any clue what's going on with the NBA because
I'm not the biggest NBA fan in the world. Of course, I got my teams that I semi-root for, but I'm just like a lot of other people. I watch when the playoffs happen because that's the only thing that's going on. But with us having no sports whatsoever, I'm probably gonna watch a couple games, to fucking feel time.
I'm square as fuck when it comes to NBA, bro. I like March Madness because I don't have the attention span to watch baseball. I don't have the attention span to watch basketball because there's so many goddamn games a year. And then the end of the season playoffs, with the NBA, it almost seems fixed half the time. At least with like March Madness, I can be like, all right, well, at least, this fucking no-ranked team ends up taking out number 1 Duke. That's where the season comes down to, kind of deal. So
yeah, well, I think that's why people like
that.
Yeah, well, I think that's why people like March Madness so much is because people really want to see those underdog stories really come up and take on the juggernauts and just fucking wipe them out. But hopefully, it seems like you have a lot of teams that can really be the underdog story that can really come in and just give some of these big dogs a run for the money. Teams like Memphis and the Pelicans, teams like that are kind of the bottom teams that can potentially, because the Pelicans, I don't know how much you really know about them. They have a good enough squad to where they. About Nolans. About Nolans. Yes, sir.
No, I don't know shit about him, but I know where they're
at. Hey, sir, if I gave you a map, can you locate it?
I can say it's probably Nolans.
But yeah, that's pretty much about the NBA. So kudos that they're coming back. Baseball has announced that they have a plan on bringing people back. Are they still doing the dome thing or what? Are they showcasing from their cities?
Is that deep throating like 13-inch dicks or what?
I don't know, bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I can give a fuck about baseball. Dude, like they got upset at the Houston Astros. Obviously, I got no stake in the game, but it was cool watching the city of Houston, how amped they got during that whole process. And then they're gonna sit there and throw a team under the bus for figuring out calls. Like, really? Like that dictates what the 3 people on the field who actually make a difference, the pitcher, the batter, and the catcher, that dictates how the fuck they're going to hit the ball. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is why baseball's so whack, bro, because they keep relevancy in this. They come up with some sort of just ridiculous off-the-wall issues that they can throw out in the media and be like, oh, well, we've got a controversy going on with this team because, 3 years ago they won the World Series, but they cheated. Like, really? Like, they cheated. Those 3 guys that were playing at that point in time and the guy out in right field who was taking a nap, that guy who was sleeping, like, literally sprawled out in the inverted lamb position, just Yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys are playing a sport with a pinch runner. Get the fuck out of here. Don't talk to me about cheating, okay? Ridiculous.
So we know how he feels about baseball.
Baseball is a great hobby, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great hobby.
Great hobby.
Yeah, if you like golf, baseball, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead. Let me turn you on to that. Here's your pitch.
And on that note, we'll shift gears real quick. We're gonna talk about a little story that kind of came out of Dove Valley. Mike, you want to talk about our future franchise quarterback, Drew Lock?
Besides the fact that he's giant cock lock. Giant cock locked and loaded.
Horse cock lock, baby.
Yeah, no, so, I mean, it seems everybody's on board for this. Obviously, it's been predisposition at this point in time, judging by how the draft turned out, as well as, all the reports and everything going out, not only inside Dove Valley, but way outside Dove Valley, because if you follow anybody in our trend on Twitter or our subscribers, they're diverse. There's people that we have Canadian background all the way to not Canadian background, United States background. So we got people from all sorts of different platforms who like talking sports. And, it seems like they really respect what the Broncos have done so far and what they've done to build around Drew Lock and for the simple things that we've seen from him. And it seems he's now starting to get love, which David's going to go ahead and capitalize on here from the media, as well as people inside of the building finally coming out and making statements on what they believe in this guy.
If you are a Broncos fan and you follow the Broncos, you know to get any kind of praise out of our head coach is fucking nearly impossible.
Yes, it is.
This dude, you can give him $1 million and he'll look at you like, thanks. The dude is dude is just stone cold. So he recently came out and said that he was impressed by how our our young quarterback has taken to the offseason, giving all the different circumstance, how he's been organizing and running different workouts, knowing past concepts, keep coaching up people on the field pretty much. So very, very, very encouraging coming out of Dove Valley. This time of the year, we would have known and seen a little bit more coming from the practices, rookie mini camps and different things like that. But any information that we can get right now is going to be good information. At least that coming out that he's taken that leadership role, not only the leadership role, the mentor role, coaching people up. I believe the coaches starting Tuesday can now be back in the facility. So we're really going to see things kicking off. We're really going to see things rolling to get the whole offense together. Pat Shermer, Drew Lock, Shula, Sutton, Fant, Judy, good things to come in the Dove Valley.
So in case any of you guys haven't tuned out yet, just because we ended up almost finishing the segment out talking about the Broncos, obviously we are Broncos fans. In case you hadn't guessed by literally everything that has a revolution around our podcast, as well as our profile pictures. We have some good excerpts coming up for you guys. I think you guys are going to really like this. We are going to get together and we're going to do a complete breakdown before preseason. Obviously, it's, predicated on whether or not, the key contenders are going to stay healthy. But everybody at this point in time has their own segments on the individual players or, maybe one group in general. Well, what we've got coming up for you guys is going to be a breakdown regarding the quarterbacks and the wide receivers that we believe are going to lead offenses. And then we've got some other stuff in the works after that. But you guys are going to see that in succession over the next couple of weeks, give you a little bit of ear candy before preseason starts. And then, like I said, we can't wait to roll into preseason. We know for a fact that this is going to be a good year for us. It seems almost everybody else who has half an ounce of intelligence knows that this is going to be an outstanding football season, and we can't wait to see it parlay, dude.
Very interesting, but nonetheless, it's going to be it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of competition. It's going to be some teams that you normally don't see at the top that's going to rise to the occasion.
I can't, dude. I honestly can't wait. Here's the other thing, dude. I can't wait to see a change, man. There has been such a stability with the way the NFL and the NBA have played. That's what stinks so much about, those two different sports or professional aspect sports is it's the same couple of teams that are always in the championship every single game or every single season. And it's not gonna be the case this year, man. It's such a wild card who the hell could end up on the top because there was just such a change of the guard this year with how the draft played out and all the wide receivers taken. And we're gonna go ahead and give a breakdown on that. And you guys are really gonna enjoy it. Let me put it that way. We've done a lot of planning for this, and there's a lot more planning in the world, but there's gonna be some good segments upcoming here. So.
For sure.
Enjoy.
For sure.
On that point, my friend, would you like to go ahead and take us out?
Again, everybody that's listening to the podcast, follow us on our social media platforms, Twitter at Uncommon Man Podcast, and on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. And be on the lookout for more content dropping very soon.
I love it, dude. David, you're the best, buddy. It's always an absolute blessing to have you on here, man. So
appreciate it, man. Love rocking with you on these podcasts, man. Even though you're so fucking far away, you asshole.
I know. I'm trying not to be, but I live in Houston, buddy. And I'm not gonna lie, this place kicks ass.
Hey, man, that's fair, man. As long as you're happy down there, bro. That's all that matters.
I'll be happier when you move down here, finally.
Yeah, no.
All right, buddy. Peace out. We'll see you on the next episode.
All right, bro. Later.